Hey everyone, welcome back to ATX VGC. You're here tonight for our Monday Night Friendlies. Here with me hosting the Monday Night Friendlies, we have, as always, the wonderful Roller Coaster and our very own Nibs Plays Games down below. So, are y'all super excited? We are winding down here. These are our last couple of friendlies in Series 6. Are y'all getting excited for Series 7?
Yes, very much so.
For Series 7.
Yeah, we've got a little special treat tonight. Nibs, do you want to talk about the 3 sets that we're going to be having?
Yeah, so we are actually going to have two matches tonight that are going to reflect the rule set of the Battle of Legends tournament that is going to be held by Pokemon this weekend on the Switch. That's very exciting. And then our third battle, I don't know the exact order, but one of the matches will be Series 6, which we will still be playing in for the next 2.5 weeks, I guess, until Series 6 is over. And just to plug that real quick while we're talking, Series 6, we have in Texas VGC Discord, we have our 4th and final qualifier, and then we have the finals coming up next week, so pretty exciting stuff there. I'm very excited.
Yeah, super exciting. We don't actually have a link right now for the next tournament. It looks like that is not available yet. Hasn't been made yet for Battlefy. But that'll be this upcoming Wednesday night, right?
Yes, it will be.
Awesome. And we have the winner of the third one here with us, or the second one, I'm sorry. Week 2 of Roller Coaster. Yeah. So, also, another fun exciting thing. We now have 2 emotes on the channel. So if y'all are subscribed, you get a chance to spam these very cool emotes. They are ATX Hype and ATX Rocks. So y'all should check those out in the chat. There we go. Nibs spamming on.
So happy we have a Tenta-Scorch emote.
Yep, we have a Tenta-Scorch getting crushed by a rock slide.
He'll survive, I know it.
Yep.
It's Chardy Berry.
It's Chardy Bear, he'll make it.
So, with that, do y'all want to go ahead and get rolling with our very first battle?
Sure, I think we have Sir Wilson is going to be playing who, Gemma?
He's going to be playing Adam Santaco, so we have our very first Battle of Legends of the night. So, if y'all give us just 1 second, we'll be right back with that, and it will be myself and Roller Coaster commentating. So, we will see y'all in 1 second.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to our second match this time around for our ATX VGC Monday Night Friendlies. What a fun first match we had there, Roller Coaster. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that was an amazing match. Will and Adam just played amazingly. It was a really cool thing to watch. I like both, like the things that they brought for the Battle of Legends 2. It was really cool stuff. And if you guys are playing on the online tournament this weekend, best of luck to you. I think your teams are sick, and you guys played great. I really got hyped watching that.
Yeah, so obviously you know that I talk to Will a lot about our teams and what we're building and what we're working around. So one thing that actually super stuck out for me was the Ditto from Santaco's there. That was really cool to watch. Seeing both of those dogs on the opposing side of the field has got to be pretty threatening there for Will.
Yeah. I just recently learned about the Ditto's ICN interaction because I had been watching some singles Pokemon YouTubers play, and they like switch it in to get that like +2 boost.
Double
and I was
boost.
like, I was like, dang, that's really interesting. And like, props to Adam for like being like, oh, okay, this could be a cool way to kind of like outnumber my opponent with legendaries.
Very cool. So we do see from Gems VGC here, she's got the Amoonguss with the Arcanine plus Decidueye. I think you know this team a little better than me. Do you know what kind of Urshifu this is?
That is a Rapid Strike water type Urshifu.
Very cool. And it's hanging out alongside the regular Raichu. It looks like it's not going to be a Alolan.
Regular Raichu.
And the, what's that 6th mon there at the very top?
Drifblim. This is Sajin Park's second Drifblim team. He used it to get to #1 on the ladder again. It's a pretty interesting team. I played some of it today. I did not pilot it well, but it's a cool team. It's got some pretty cool tricks up its sleeves.
Yeah, very cool. So on Tiger's side of the field there, we have the Amoonguss, Dracovish, Doug Trio, Alolan Persian, Rodom Heat, and Tenta-Cruel, who is actually pretty more common than expected on the ATX VGC Monday Night Friendlies.
Yeah, we've seen way too more Tenta-Cruels than I ever thought we'd see. Originally pioneered, I believe, by Will, I think, but
yeah,
some cool Tenta-Cruel stuff.
On Will's famed Rain O'Shine team that he used, debuted against Gemma, and that was a very fun game to commentate.
Let's see if she can get revenge for the loss against Tenta-Cruel last time. Okay.
All right.
So we got some interesting stuff here. It's going to be Rotom, Heat, and Persian against Gemma's Drifblim and Decidueye. Now, I know a little bit about this team. It is a weakness policy Drifblim with Unburden, which means that as soon as it's procced, it doubles in speed. As well as you have Brutal Swing on the Raichu to trigger it, and Shadow Sneak from Decidueye. So it's a bit of an interesting situation because Decidueye doesn't want to take an Overheat, and I'm not entirely sure how much a +2 Max Phantasm does to a Rotom. But I guess we're gonna find out pretty soon.
Yeah, we're gonna see the looks like the Quick Ball coming out from Tigers. Gonna be
looks like
the Rotom Heat. So more than likely gonna Max Flare this time around, you think, Roller Coaster?
It could go for Max Lightning, but I do think that Max Flare is probably the better option. I don't think a +2, or sorry, I don't think a neutral Max Lightning is going to KO Drifblim. I think that Rotom is Life Orb, but I'm not 100% sure. A little plug for ATX VGC. White Tigers brought this to our EV hours, and Chase managed to fine-tune it, and I just know that he likes to use Life Orb Rotom, so it wouldn't be surprising if that was a Life Orb Rotom.
Yeah, so gonna see that weakness policy proc there from the Drifblim. Gonna get that boost on the special attack, and gonna see a Max Phantasm targeting down that Rotom, brings it to about 35%. And gonna get the attack drops as well. Or,
Defense drops.
Defense drops.
Ooh, foul play. That's a little scary. And Max Lightning. Okay, that's a pretty good double up from White Tigers. Gets rid of this +2 Drifblim as soon as he can. But now the Rotom is a defense drop. Decidueye is sitting fine at full health. It is a bit pressured by a potential foul play from the Persian, but if Gemma brought the Urshifu in the back, which it looks like she did, I'd say that pretty much anything that Urshifu is going to be can do is going to KO that Rotom Heat. Honestly, like, I think it could Aqua Jet and get it, but a Surging Strikes into the Rotom seems really safe right now, and maybe just to switch to Amoonguss to keep your Decidueye safe. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Aqua Jet from here is pretty close to KOing at the very least.
Yeah, it's got that -1 defense. So Tigers definitely got the first turn, and now it's just kind of going to be a question of like, how much is this Urshifu going to do to the rest of their team? Persian's going to go for Icy Wind and get the speed drops on Urshifu, which I believe is going to make that Rotom faster, and Gemma decided to go for the Surging Strikes and not the priority Aqua Jet.
Yeah, so we are going to see the Max Lightning come from that Rotom Heat, targeting down that Water-type Urshifu. Going to be more than enough to get the knockout. Pretty good strategy there by Tigers going for that Icy Wind.
Yeah, that was a good play. And now Gemma's in a kind of rough position now. Honestly, I think something that you might want to consider is it's going to be hard to get through the back Pokemon now that you only have 2 left. But if you go for like a Leaf Blade crit onto the Persian and redirect with the Amoonguss, maybe Shadow Sneak will be able to get the Rotom at -1. But if you're White Tigers, I think you probably just Max Flare the Amoonguss anyway.
Yeah, I think if your Tigers maybe just going for that Snarl or Icy Wind plus the Max Flare into literally anything will be good.
Yeah, double grass is when you got a big old Rotom, double grass is quite the snack for you.
Yeah, that is a big Rotom heat. Honestly, it has me craving some pizza right now. I don't know about you.
Max Flare is going to go to the Moongus because of the redirection. It is Occaberry, so it should live this hit, which is going to give Decidueye the opportunity to get the KO on Persian with a Leaf Blade, if that is what Gemma went for. Yeah, Leaf Blade comes out. It is -1 defense. It doesn't do enough, and it looks like even if Leaf Blade got the crit, which has an increased chance of getting it, wouldn't have been that much more helpful.
Yeah, so I think Gemma might just need to go for the Shadow Sneak into the Rotom Heat at -1 defense. It could be enough. I think that's also pretty close.
It's -1 defense. Decidueye is fairly strong. I wouldn't be surprised if it KO'd, but I think Gemma needs it to KO at this point.
Yeah.
Rotom goes for the Protect, understanding that Gemma's best shot of getting the KO is to Shadow Sneak it, potentially like a Foul Play or a Taunt into the Mungus is coming out. Yeah, Foul Play is coming out into the Decidueye. That's going to pick up the KO. And I don't know about you, Nibs, but I don't think Amoonguss is going to be able to pull off a 1 versus 4.
Yeah, I don't think it can, especially with a Fire type on the other side of the field.
Gets the poison though.
It is going to get the knockout into the Persian with that poison though, so that's good.
Yeah. So, looks like this first match is going to go to White Tigers, but I don't think it doesn't look like it's an unwinnable match. I don't think there's anything wrong with what Gemma led, what she went for her first play. I think she was not expecting Icy Wind from the Persian, which personally I was not expecting either. So looks like she's just going to Protect, go for a little bit of information scouting, maybe to find out if this is a Sludge Bomb or an Energy Ball Amoonguss, Giga Drain Amoonguss, which, just nice little bits of information that you can get for Game 2.
Yeah, Giga Drain's definitely good to know, especially since Gemma has that Urshifu Water type. That is going to be super effective.
Amoonguss gets the double Protect. Just got to stall out those overheats, man, and then they're sitting pretty.
I think she's just trying to make the video last a little bit longer here.
Take all the time that you can to think about your Game 2 strategy.
Goes for the triple. Does not get it over.
You got nothing better to do.
That's right.
Unshockingly, a sun boosted overheat is enough to KO that Amoonguss, and that is going to be Game 1 going to White Tigers. So what adjustments do you think Gemma is going to make this time?
I think she was a little quick with the Dynamax trigger there. I mean, she lost her Dynamax in the first turn, and she didn't really get as much as she really needed from her Dynamax. The only thing that she got was a lot of damage into the Rotom Heat and a -1 defense drop on 2 Pokemon that really didn't it didn't really hinder them that much.
Yeah.
It impacted the game.
Yeah, she probably needs to figure out. Well, and so that's going to be kind of the scary thing in Game 2. Gemma knows that a double up if White Tigers leads the same thing, Gemma knows that a double up will KO the Drifblim. And White Tigers knows that Gemma knows that they'll KO the Drifblim. So it's going to be kind of a weird mind game of like, okay, we both know this KOs. Are you going to go for it again, though? Because Gemma could just do something like Protect her Drifblim and try to do something to the Persian to try to slow down. Another thing to kind of be worried about is that Tigers could completely switch up the lead, being like, okay, you're going to try to like out-lead me this time, so I'm going to do something completely different. That way that I take care of whatever it is that you use to counter Rotom and Persian.
Yeah, so really quick, guys, if you are enjoying what you're watching and you are liking being here, we do this every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you want your chance to be commentated by myself and Rollercoaster, or Gemma, possibly Chase as well, who is out for the night with some education stuff going on, or possibly even Sir Wilson, who was featured in that first battle there. Go ahead and join our Discord, which is actually up in the chat right now. I'll plug it again just in case somebody may have joined in the last 10 minutes or so, but that is your way of being on screen here on Monday nights.
So it looks like White Tigers did opt to go for a completely different lead. It's going to be the Tenta-Cruel and Doug trio this time, and Gemma sticks with Decidueye and Drifblim. So be very interesting to see what each player decides to go for.
Yeah, so pretty cool here. I don't think that Gemma is in bad position with her lead, with the Decidueye having a water type who I know is neutral because of the poison typing as well, but it's still pretty good against it, and also the Doug trio being weak to grass types as well. That's not bad for Gems.
Yeah. Also, I believe both of these mons are self-proc weakness policy, so it looks like Tenta-Cruel is going to go ahead and Dynamax first, wave its weird little tentacles around. Little unsettling. Potentially going to go for an ooze into the Decidueye. Maybe a Geyser into the Drifblim. I don't know if it has another coverage move, but Gemma's Drifblim's going to get big. Her self-proc method is priority, which means that the speed exchange is going to shift to... Oh, Doug Trio goes for Sucker Punch. That's very interesting. Gonna hell and trigger the weakness policy for Gemma. That's nice.
Yeah, so Gemma's Drifblim is just going to get doubled into by her own Pokemon there.
Taking down two battles half.
That Phantasm does quite a bit there, probably about 60%. Going to get the defense drops into the opposing side. Max Hailstorm does come out from the Tenta-Cruel.
It is not enough.
Oh, not going to be enough.
Yeah, sorry. It looked like it stopped at 58 there. I may have been mistaken. Yeah.
Oh, wow, it did.
Even lives through the Hail Chip. Which I believe that Doug Trio is Focus Sash, meaning that Tigers has just broken their own Focus Sash. And something kind of that you need to look out for is I don't think Drifblim can take another Sucker Punch. So it's a bit of a mind game now of, do I protect to avoid the Sucker Punch, or do I say, you're not going to do it this time, you're going to attack my Decidueye and go for the Tenta-Cruel and do something else with Decidueye?
Yeah, I think maybe a Max Guard and then a Leaf Blade or into the Doug Trio could potentially be the play. Although Tenta-Cruel is probably going to outspeed this Decidueye too, so that's something to be aware of.
Yeah. And I don't know exactly if... Doug Trio goes for the Sucker Punch. Looks like it went for it into the Drifblim. Decidueye goes for a Shadow Sneak. I don't think that's going to be enough to KO. Oh, whoa, Jesus. Wow. I did not realize how weak Doug Trio is. Tenta-Cruel goes for Max Geyser, which is interesting. Even though that's not very effective, Tigers just saved their Doug Trio from getting KO'd to Hail.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play there from Tigers. That was really good, preventing the Doug Trio from going down. I do believe this Doug Trio is Arena Lock, right? Or Arena Trap?
Arena Trap, but however, trapping effects do not affect Ghost type Pokemon, so Gemma still has the option to switch out. Yeah. But the rain is up, and if Gemma brought the Urshifu against, Tigers potentially just made it a whole lot stronger. And I don't know if the Doug Trio the Doug Trio does have Sucker Punch. I don't know if it has a fast way through the Decidueye. Well, Tenta-Cruel has Hailstorm, so we'll have to see what happens. Sucker Punch does come out. It is going to be enough to pick up the KO onto the Drifblim. And then it looks like Tenta-Cruel is going to go for a Max Ooze, which I don't think is going to be able to KO the Decidueye. Yeah, Decidueye hangs on. Poison normally super effective against grass, but Decidueye is a grass ghost, so he's going to go ahead and hang on. And let's see if this Leaf Blade is going to be enough to KO the Tenta-Cruel, and it is.
Yeah, big Leaf Blade there from Gems. Super impressive that Decidueye is so strong that it can knock out the Tenta-Cruel from that range.
Yeah, Decidueye is a fairly strong Pokemon. It's a good grass type. It's decently fast. But no one's really seemed to have found a way to be super successful with it. So it's just kind of interesting.
Yeah, I feel like VGC 20 has kind of been the year of the ghost type Pokemon.
Yeah.
A lot of good ghost type Pokemon have come out, and it's just very hard for Decidueye to be a part of that trend.
Now things are going to get a little bit strange. So it seems that Tigers decided to give the rain boost to its Dracovish. So that Vicious Rend is going to hurt, and it depends if this thing is scarfed or banded. I'm not entirely sure how much it does. I also don't know how much Decidueye is going to take from a Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I can get behind it. Raichu goes for Fake Out. Gets the KO onto the Dugtrio, which means that Decidueye is definitely not going down this turn. Leaf Blade's going to come out into the Rotom. It is a resisted hit, but I'd say that's a good amount of damage for a resisted hit.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty good move there from Gemma, using her Raichu to fake out the Dugtrio. Going to be enough to get the knockout, and the only thing Tiger's really able to do there is take her resisted hit from the Rotom. So pretty good play there from both of our competitors here.
Yeah. Excellent play. Now Gemma still has one Pokemon in the back. Tigers is down to their last two. I'd say that it's going to be a very interesting endgame. I'd say that even with the rain up, Decidueye is probably in range of an overheat, but then you risk heavily weakening your Rotom. So I'm not entirely sure what you want to go for here. Dracovish goes for Crunch is the move that it's going to lock into, not the Vicious Rend. Volt Tackle is going to come out. It's going to do a good amount of damage to the Dracovish. That looks like about half. It's going to die to its own recoil, though. And Rotom's going to go for an overheat, a Nasty Plot, but that means that the Dracovish is probably going to go down to the Leaf Blade. Or Poltergeist? Is that what? No, Leaf Blade. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Gemma went for the 100% accurate one. And now the end game is Nasty Plot boosted Rotom, which is good for the Decidueye, but it is the Urshifu in the back, and in the rain, Rotom is not going to be able to beat it.
Yeah, I think Gemma's probably just fine to go for an Aqua Jet if she wants to, but I mean, even a Surging Strikes is good too.
Yes.
Remind me, Urshifu outspeeds Rotom, right? I don't think it's by a lot.
Rotom is base 86 speed and doesn't often run full speed investment, and Urshifu is based 97 speed. So Urshifu is the faster, and it only took one of those Surging Strikes to knock out that Rotom. So potentially Gemma could have just gone for an Aqua Jet. Yeah,
so great game there. Great pickup there from Gemma to get back and get that W and get back into the game. So we are going to go to our third game of this set here, guys. Very close one after that first one. Gemma kind of fell back a little bit.
Yeah, she didn't make much of a change, and not a change that really ended up affecting the end game too much, but
she actually led with the same thing as you mentioned, with playing with those mind games, and Tigers saying, you know what, we know this is what happens on the first turn. You know this is what happens, and
yeah. So I'm very curious as to see if Tigers is going to go back to leading the Rotom Persian, because it worked very well for him that first game, but potentially what Gemma brought for the second set accounted for if Tigers led the same thing. And also, looks like this is going to be our second set of the night that's going to game 3, so that's cool again.
Yeah, that's very true. Can you remind us, Rollercoaster, what happened in that third game of our first matchup there, as I unfortunately was not able to catch it?
Yes, Adam was able to get... So Will led Amoonguss and Lapras. Adam led Starmie and Excadrill, protected the Excadrill. Will went for a Geyser and triggered the weakness policy. Starmie went for Psychic into the Amoonguss. And then the next turn, Starmie ally switched and Excadrill rockfalled, which got the KO onto the Excadrill. But and Lapras set up the Aurora. Well, no, it got the KO onto the Lapras.
I saw that. It brought it down to 9 HP. It brought Lapras down to 9 HP and then died.
Yeah, so it died to its Life Orb recoil. Then Zamazenta came in, or Zacian came in. Oh, we should probably commentate this match.
Yeah.
Adam won. Sorry, I'm
okay.
incapable of saying things shortly. I was more so asking for like
the last 3 turns.
Yeah. +2 Zacian beat the rest of the team.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like White Tigers did go back to leading the Rotom Persian lead. Gemma sticking with the Decidueye Drifblim lead. It does seem to be like her best option here. But this time, Decidueye is going to switch out for Raichu, which means that if White Tigers went for Max Lightning, it is just going to be redirected into the Raichu. And if it went for a foul play, it is going to trigger the weakness policy for Gemma.
Yeah, so that's a really good switch in there for Gemma. I agree completely.
Yes, but potentially Tigers may have gone for something like a parting shot. Okay. Yeah, that makes things a bit rougher. Parting shot into the Drifblim. I don't know what he's going to switch into. Potentially the Dracovish? I'm not sure. And maybe Amoonguss? But that's not going to be that great. Well, so a little bit of information here. The only special flying type move that Drifblim gets is Gust, which when Dynamax is only 90 base power. So Amoonguss does come in, and I'm not entirely sure. Nasty plot from the Rotom, but even though Drifblim is -1, this Phantasm is still going to do a good amount of damage. Maybe it takes it to about half.
Yeah,
about half. But now Gemma has fake out pressure, and she's created a scenario where if Rotom wants to get a Max Lightning off into the Drifblim, it needs to overheat the Raichu twice. Imagine that this turn Gemma's want to go for like a fake out and an airstream into the Amoonguss, so that you can just airstream it again next turn for the KO. I think Drifblim shouldn't be focusing. You shouldn't be using Drifblim to get KOs. You should be using it to get stat drops and increases for your teams that'll benefit you in the late game.
Yeah, something like a Max Phantasm here from Gemma's Drifblim, I think would probably help her team the most. Going forward with the -2 Amoonguss is not going to be that great. I mean, almost anything could probably take that out with Gemma's team.
Yeah, so Rotom's going to go ahead and Dynamax. If it's attacking it, it's targeting the Raichu, or Tigers is going to predict that Raichu switches out. Weakness policy is going to trigger, going to take Drifblim up to +1 instead of -1. Max Airstream is going to come out, but that Amoonguss is Koba Berry, which means that I don't, even at +1, it's because Gust is so weak. I don't think this is going to KO. Oh, yeah. God, no, nowhere near.
Yeah, that was not great damage, but I do think that Gemma's Drifblim would be able to live through this turn, so that's why I kind of think that Phantasm could have been best. But also, I mean, the speed, as you were mentioning, is always good to have as well.
Yes. So it depends. I don't know why. Yeah, there goes the Spore into the Drifblim, and that is suboptimal.
Yeah.
So now, Drifblim has to take a mandatory turn of sleep this turn. Luckily, that Raichu is sashed, which means that you can't hit a max lightning into it. I'm not entirely sure what Amoonguss goes for in this instance. It's at -1 defense, so you may just want to try and trip it down with a Volt Tackle. Raichu's kind of in an awkward position because it doesn't really have anything they can do right now. Like, it has to stay on the field to prevent Drifblim from getting hit by a lightning. Oh, but you know what? It could just... Oh, it max guards. That's very interesting. Potentially to get the KO onto Raichu with the Giga Drain. Which makes things a little bit dicier now. Because Gemma could get a one-turn sleep this turn and get the Gust KO onto Amoonguss. But on the plus side, I believe that a +2 max flare into the Drifblim will KO it. I don't think you need to hit the lightning.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Rollercoaster, I feel like I prefer Icy Wind in this position here from Gemma, as it's going to do pretty decent damage to Amoonguss. It's probably not going to be enough to pick up the knockout, but she's going to get some even better speed control, as at least one of Gemma's Pokemon are probably going to get knocked out this time around, so it could help her going forward.
Yeah. She's probably going to have to start positioning herself for in-game, maybe try to get fake out pressure back for something like the Urshifu. She's going to switch out the Raichu, which could be eating a max flare. Amoonguss goes for a Protect. That's a good move. Tries to take the potential of a one-turn Wake, which Gemma does get out of the equation. And if Rotom just went for a max flare into the Drifblim, which it seems that it did, it's going to be knocked out. But and now things are very awkward because you can go into it's complicated now. It's complicated, Nibs. It's complicated. You need to
well, so that was the last turn of Dynamax for the Rotom.
It was, yes.
So you could bring the Raichu in and get the fake out off.
Yeah, I guess you could fake out the Raichu and go for Poltergeist into the Amoonguss. It's just the issue that like Persian brings in the back for the speed control. But I think that even in the sun and at -1 defense, I think Rotom's in range of an Aqua Jet. Also, Quiver Dancer, thank you for saying that. That's very nice. And thank you for coming by to the stream.
Oh yeah, thank you, Quiver Dance. Yeah, so we are going to see the fake out from Gemma's Raichu into the Rotom slot. Going to go before the Rage Powder from Tiger's Amoonguss. Poltergeist is going to come out, and it will be targeting down that Rotom. Grass will bypass the bug, or the Rage Powder there, and it will be enough to get the knockout.
So now I guess we just kind of have to wait and see what Gemma has in the back. We know that the Persian's there, and something like a foul play is going to be very threatening to Decidueye. I think like
I like Brutal Swing here potentially. Although Decidueye doesn't really have any way to protect itself.
Yeah, Decidueye doesn't have any way to protect itself. And Persian can get a KO by just doing something like Icy Wind. Amoonguss goes for Protect, interestingly enough. I don't know if Gemma doubled the Persian, so yeah, the Icy Wind's going to come out. I don't know how much damage it does to Decidueye. It doesn't do a lot at all, to be honest. Decidueye's speed is going to drop, and Leaf Blade's going to come out into the Persian, so that's a very good turn for Gemma. But and now her last mon Urshifu is going to come out, and it's gonna. It's weird. Like none of these Pokemon are putting on a lot of offensive pressure, but they are just kind of like on the field, and they can do things that are just annoying and scary depending on what White Tigers has in the bag. Personally, I'm guessing that it's the Dracovish. So you may want to go for something like Protect and KO the Amoonguss, so you could close combat the Persian next turn, and then maybe try to get a KO with like Leaf Blade in close combat.
Yeah, but the question is, do you think a Poltergeist from the Decidueye is going to be enough to knock out Amoonguss at this health?
I would say that it is. It's a very powerful move, and it is at -1 defense still. It hasn't switched out.
Okay.
Yeah, Amoonguss goes for the Rage Powder. I think that it could be a foul play coming out. No, it's just an Icy Wind trying to get some speed control. Icy Wind comes out. It's going to lower Decidueye's speed even more. I don't think Decidueye really cares that much about it. If Poltergeist connects, I think that's going to be enough to KO the Amoonguss. Oh, Amoonguss doesn't have an item anymore.
That's not good.
Wait, when did it lose its item? Oh, it was the Cold Berry. That's right. It doesn't have... Oh, yeah. Ooh, that is unfortunate. Now, I think Gemma may still be able to pull this off.
Well, it looks like this person is kind of set in its ways on going for the Icy Wind. So if I'm Gemma, then maybe she might just be free to try and knock this Amoonguss out, still with like maybe a Surging Strikes plus a Leaf Blade double into it. But you kind of also want to be careful because Amoonguss has used Protect a few times here.
Yeah, Amoonguss is going to go for the Rage Powder. Looked like Gemma doubled it that turn. Persian goes for Icy Wind, trying to get speed control in his favor, which if Dracovish is in the back, I'm going to assume that it's Choice Banded. Yeah, speed drop on Decidueye, speed drop on Urshifu. Is Surging Strike and Leaf Blade enough to KO Amoonguss? It's very powerful moves here.
Yeah, I think that alone will, yeah.
I think, yeah, apparently it was in Surging Strike's range the whole time. Dang, Urshifu is strong. That is gross.
Hey,
hey, what's up, Tiki?
Good to see you, man.
It's all good, man. Don't worry about it. We're carrying our weight. Leaf Blade's gonna come out. If she gets a crit, it might KO. Looks like no crit, but oh no, that was a crit, which means the Persian I think is an Aqua Jet range. Okay, you know what you do here? You know what you do here, Nibs? Do you know what you do here?
You click Aqua Jet and Leaf Blade, and that's it.
You click Aqua Jet and potentially Shadow Sneak.
Okay.
I don't know. It depends on what Dracovish wants to lock into. If it locks into Crunch, I think that you're kind of out of your Decidueye's out of it anyway. Aqua Jet's going to come out. That should be enough to KO the Persian. It looks like it got... Yeah, Persian goes down.
I think she did click Shadow Sneak.
Shadow Sneak comes out, which means that if Dracovish went for Fish's Friend, it's not going to do nearly as much damage. Psychic Fangs comes out, but oh, dang. Tricky.
Wow, okay.
That was a good play. I always forget that Dracovish has other moves, but so assuming that it's Poltergeist will do a lot of damage. Maybe if you survive the hit. Yeah, Psychic Fangs, I don't think this KOs. Ooh, does Poltergeist connect? It's being attacked by the Choice Scarf, so it does connect. This is going to do a lot of damage. And, I don't know if that's in range of Shadow Sneak, though.
I don't think it quite is. I think it's very close.
Yeah, I think she has to go for it, though.
That was
Shadow
so close.
Sneak into the Dracovish. Is it enough?
Oh, man. That Decidueye just wanted the win. So Gemma comes from behind, and she falls pretty hard in her first game there from Tigers. Tigers won pretty aggressively in the first game. If you guys did not see it, Gemma was able to come around and pick up the win in the second game. And then as we just saw there, game 3, Decidueye barely hangs on, just barely picks up the knockout into the Dracovish, and Gemma will claim the victory for the second match of the night.
Yeah, again, another great set, great players. GG's to both Tigers and Gemma. That was a really, really tense endgame, and oh god, it was really close, just kind of like all around. Those are the games that I love to see.
Yeah, very cool. So guys, stick around and hang tight. We are going to move on to our third and final matchup of the night. Before I go really, really fast, if you like what you're seeing, if you like hanging out with us, if you enjoy the commentary, if you want a part of that, if you want us to commentate your battles, we do this every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard. And the way to sign up for that is on our Discord channel, which it looks like we just plugged in the chat there. So go ahead and join that Discord server, and you can sign up starting Thursday at 11 a.m. Central Standard, and it goes through Sunday. So very cool. As I mentioned, we will be right back. Rollercoaster, anything to add there?
Everyone and anyone is welcome to sign up for the Friendlies, so yeah, just get in here and we'll commentate your matches. I love watching, and hopefully you guys love playing, so we'd love to have you.
Very cool.
Hey, you like that video? We think you should check this out, and YouTube thinks you should check this one out. And be sure to subscribe for more content.